A man found a rabbit doll by accident. Its big eyes seemed to be full of secrets. He puts it on the table and scrutinizes it, but found nothing peculiar about it except that it was kind of cute. So he closes his eyes and takes a nap, but just then, the man thought he was hearing things, so he asked tentatively,
"Hello?"
Now he saw that the doll could even play the drum by itself. Is it voice activated? The man sat down and asked again, but this time there was no response. He thought he might have made a fuss. He wanted to go back to his resting place, but without warning, the rabbit started drumming again, and the tempo increased dramatically. The man was really shocked, but what he didn't know was, the rabbit was actually staring at his back. The door of the room was slowly opening as if something was coming in, as the sound of the drums became more and more intense. The man who sensed it suddenly turned around, but all he could see was an open door.
Is there someone there?
The man got up his nerve. With an iron hook in his right hand and a rabbit in his left, he went forward to check.
There's someone down there.
After receiving an affirmative answer, he went down cautiously, but found nothing unusual in the basement. There was only a thick chain fixed on the ground. The other end of the chain was attached to his body. Why was he wearing a chain? It turns out that just 2 days ago, Luke, who had been unemployed for half a year, found a job as a nurse. The boss took him to an island in the middle of nowhere, claiming that if he took care of his sick niece for a week, and he'd be paid $1,000 for taking care of his sick niece for a week. Luke thought it would be a piece of cake, but to his horror, the girl suffered from a strange condition called catatonia. When she has an attack, she covers her face with her hands and goes rigid. She would not respond to any external stimuli. In order to prevent the girl from being assaulted, Luke needed to wear a special bondage suit. The owner explains that it was custom made for the girl's mother. She was mentally ill. The suit ensured that she wouldn't leave the house. And the chains are long enough. The chains are long enough that they won't interfere with her normal movements. In addition, there are intercoms installed throughout the house. If anything happens to the girl, she can call him through the intercom, even though Luke was a little resistant to such a strange arrangement. Luke nodded his head at the thought of the big payday. Then the boss put him in a straitjacket. He put an iron spike through the rings to secure the buttons, and then a lock was attached to the joint. Luke couldn't undress himself under any circumstances. Luckily, the boss didn't take the key with him, but left it on the table in the girl's bedroom, and after a few brief words of explanation, and left with a smile on his face. To pass the time, Luke brought a chair and sat down to look at a picture of himself and his father, but just then, the dog suddenly became alert. The lights in the room flickered out, and then the chain behind Luke seemed to be slowly pulled up by something. He was caught off guard and almost fell to the ground. Startled, Luke rushed inside and turned on the light. He was about to follow the chain when a loud noise came from the intercom on the wall. He thought the girl had recovered, so he responded, not caring what he'd just heard. Luke tried to open the door, but saw that the girl was still in a state of shock. Just as he was about to leave, there was a sudden